Hey everybody, welcome to the daily 5-minute Bible teaching from Back to the Bible. This is Pastor Nat, and today we're going to talk about choosing God's best instead of settling for what life offers us. Here in Lincoln is a new butcher's shop opened not too far from the Back to the Bible headquarters. I recently went in and I did some shopping around, and I noticed that the prices were a little bit higher than what I find at the local supermarket. But I wanted to do an experiment. What's the difference between a $5 charcoal steak from the supermarket and a $20 ribeye from the Mercado? Well, I don't think it takes a degree to know that the $20 ribeye is going to be better. But now suppose that I had free access to either one. What would you think if instead of eating that high-end, well-marbled ribeye, I chose that tough $5 charcoal steak? Either you think I'm crazy or maybe just a glutton for pain. Well, Paul was constantly coaching believers who kept wanting to go back to the charcoal steak when they had free access to the ribeyes. Listen to how Paul addresses this issue in Galatians chapter 4. Tell me, you who desire to be under the law, do you not listen to the law? For it is written that Abraham had two sons, one by a slave woman and one by a free woman. But the son of the slave was born according to the flesh, while the son of the free woman was born through promise. Now this may be interpreted allegorically. These women are two covenants. One is from Mount Sinai bearing children for slavery, and she is Hagar. Now Hagar is Mount Sinai in Arabia. She corresponds to the present Jerusalem, for she is in slavery with her children. But the Jerusalem above is free, and she is our mother. Paul is reminding the Galatian churches that those who are in Christ are free. They are children of the King. In this case, Paul is pointing back to the Old Testament. Well, Isaac was the son born of the promise. Through this lineage would come the Christ, the Messiah, the one who would set people free from their sins. But the problem is, just like the Galatian churches, they would prefer to be under slavery than free in Christ. It's like choosing the charcoal steak over that prime ribeye steak. How are you doing with this today in your own Christian faith? Where is it in your life that you are settling for less than God's best? C.S. Lewis nailed it when he said, "We are half-hearted creatures, fooling about with drink and sex and ambition when infinite joy is offered us, like an ignorant child who wants to go on making mud pies in a slum because he cannot imagine what is meant by offer of a holiday at the sea. We are too easily pleased." God desires you to experience life and life to the fullest. Why settle for good when you can have great? Why go back to slavery when God has made you free? I challenge you today to decide to go back to the Bible and see what God has said about setting you free. I promise, when you pursue God's truth and you don't settle for good, but you pursue His best, you won't even need steak sauce.